When we think of Adolf Hitler, we immediately remember the dictator who caused the deadliest war in human history and was responsible for the Holocaust. But what most people don't know is that behind this monstrous figure, there were strange, almost unbelievable aspects of his personal life. From his rejected dream of becoming an artist, to bizarre health obsessions, and even a love for Disney cartoons. The hidden details of his life reveal a very different side of one of history's darkest characters. Hitler's dream was not to become a dictator, but an artist. At the age of 18, he moved to Vienna with hopes of being admitted to the Academy of Fine Arts. He applied twice, and was rejected both times. The professors claimed his drawings lacked artistic expression, and suggested that he pursue architecture instead. Imagine how different history might have been if Hitler had been accepted into art school. Throughout his adult life, Hitler also followed a vegetarian diet. He believed eating meat was unhealthy, and often lectured others about the moral superiority of a plant-based lifestyle. At official dinners, his staff were forced to prepare special vegetarian meals just for him. Something highly unusual for world leaders at that time. Unlike many leaders of his era, Hitler also never drank alcohol and never smoked. He despised smoking so much that he banned his generals and closest advisors from lighting cigarettes anywhere near him. Ironically, the Nazi regime became one of the first governments in history to run major anti-smoking campaigns. He was also extremely paranoid about his health, suffering from stomach problems, insomnia, and constant anxiety. Hitler relied on more than 90 different medications, many of them experimental. Historians believe that the strange and often irrational behavior he displayed during the later years of the war may have been influenced by the side effects of these drugs. Before becoming one of the most notorious dictators in history, Hitler was known for being painfully shy. Friends described him as socially awkward, someone who often sat silently in the background during gatherings. Only later did he discover his talent for public speaking, which became one of his most powerful and dangerous tools in rising to power. Another surprising detail was his obsession with dogs. Hitler loved animals, but he had a particular attachment to his German shepherd, Blondie, who stayed with him until the very end. He trusted Blondie so much that he even tested cyanide capsules on the dog before using them himself. During World War I, long before his rise to power, Hitler served as a messenger in the German army. It was one of the most dangerous jobs on the battlefield, as it required carrying messages across open ground under heavy fire. He was wounded twice, and even received the Iron Cross for bravery. These experiences shaped his worldview and laid the foundations for his hatred and radical ideas. Hitler also had a strange fascination with astrology, mysticism, and the occult. He often consulted astrologers and fortune-tellers, convinced that they could predict the future of his military campaigns. Some of his closest advisors even encouraged this obsession, feeding him supposed prophecies that he sometimes used to justify his decisions. Medical records captured during the war revealed that Hitler had only one functional testicle, a detail that quickly became the subject of Allied propaganda and ridicule. Songs and jokes were spread to mock the dictator, turning his condition into a weapon of psychological warfare. Perhaps the most surprising detail of all is what he did during his final days in the Berlin bunker. As the Soviet army closed in on the city, Hitler spent hours watching old films. Among them were German classics, but also Disney cartoons. One of the darkest figures in history, in his final moments, found comfort in movies like Snow White and Mickey Mouse. Adolf Hitler is remembered as one of history's greatest villains. But these bizarre and shocking details remind us that even the most terrifying figures can have strange human quirks. They do not change the horrors he unleashed on the world, but they reveal the unsettling truth that monsters are often more complicated than we imagine. If you found this story interesting, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more hidden history facts.